You've probably heard that solar energy is the future. It's clean, renewable, and could help save the planet, right? Well, here's the truth that many don't talk about: solar energy isn't as perfect as it seems. In fact, some experts believe that if we all switched to solar tomorrow, we could actually face some huge challenges. Did you know that, on average, it takes about 5 to 10 years for solar panels to pay back the energy used to create them? And while solar energy can cut your electric bill, it might not be as eco-friendly as you'd think, especially if you consider the hidden environmental costs of manufacturing panels. But that's just the start. In this video, we'll uncover what the ads don't tell you. From the true cost of solar power to the hidden truths about its efficiency and storage, we'll break down everything you need to know before jumping into the solar trend. Stick around to find out why solar might not always be the solution you think it is, and how new tech is trying to change the game. Ready to see the untold side of solar energy? Let's dive in. Chapter 1: The hidden costs of solar panels. Beyond the price tag, when people think about going solar, they usually focus on the initial cost of installing panels. But there's a lot more to consider. Beyond the purchase price, many don't realize that installation can cost anywhere from $10,000 to $30,000, depending on the size and location. That's before you even start worrying about maintenance. Panels need regular cleaning to stay efficient, and repairs can quickly add up. Also, the inverter, which converts solar power into usable electricity, typically needs replacement every 10 to 15 years. That's a cost people often forget when they think they're set with solar energy for the long haul. In fact, some studies show that maintenance costs could increase the total cost of ownership by 20% over the system's lifetime. A hidden issue is the need for a solid roof. If your roof isn't in good shape, you'll need to replace it before installing solar panels, adding more to the overall expense. And this isn't something many sellers mention up front. Another surprise comes with the federal incentives. While they do help reduce upfront costs, they often come with strings attached. For example, you must maintain the panels for a certain number of years to benefit from the full tax rebate. If you sell your home before that, the savings might be lower than expected. Chapter 2: Efficiency myths. Why solar isn't always the answer. Not every home is ideal for solar power, despite what the ads say. The efficiency of solar panels can drop drastically depending on where you live. If you're in an area with frequent cloudy days or heavy snow, your solar output could be just a fraction of what you expect. In fact, solar panels are most effective in places with clear, sunny skies year-round, like parts of California and Arizona. But what about the cloudy states? In places like the Pacific Northwest, solar panel efficiency can be as low as 50% compared to sunnier regions. And don't forget the roof angle. A roof that's not perfectly aligned with the sun can decrease energy production. Even a few degrees off can impact how much energy your panels produce by up to 10%. Furthermore, solar panels tend to be most effective during the middle of the day when the sun is at its peak. But what if you're using more electricity in the evening? You'll need additional storage or backup power. This brings us to the question: are solar panels really the best solution for every home? Chapter 3: The solar panel supply chain. Where do they come from? Ever wonder where your solar panels come from? The answer isn't as straightforward as you might think. The raw materials used to create solar panels, such as silicon, aluminium, and rare earth metals, come from all over the world. Countries like China dominate the production of solar panels, but the raw materials are sourced from places with questionable labor practices and environmental damage. For instance, lithium, a critical material for solar batteries, is often mined in countries with weak environmental regulations. This has raised concerns about the true sustainability of solar energy. Some reports show that solar panel production generates more carbon emissions upfront than a coal plant does in a year, depending on where and how the panels are made. However, manufacturers are beginning to improve. Some companies are focusing on sourcing materials ethically, using recycled materials, and minimizing carbon footprints in their production processes. But it's still a work in progress. So, when you go solar, you're indirectly tied to an international supply chain that has its own set of environmental and ethical issues. If you're enjoying this video, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on more eye-opening facts and tips about sustainable living. Chapter 4: Solar storage. Are batteries really worth it? If you live off-grid or want to store excess energy from your solar panels, you might be thinking about getting solar batteries. The idea is simple: store extra energy when the sun is shining and use it when the sun isn't. But here's the catch: solar batteries are expensive. The average price of a solar battery can range between $5,000 and $15,000. That's on top of the cost of the solar system itself. What's more, these batteries have a limited lifespan. They typically last between 5 and 15 years. After that, they lose efficiency, meaning you might need to replace them sooner than you expected. If you're looking for a set it and forget it solution, batteries aren't always the best choice. Plus, the environmental cost of producing, transporting, and disposing of these batteries is significant. Even though batteries seem like the answer, the sustainability of using them long-term is still in question. Chapter 5: Solar Power and the Grid. Why it's not as simple as you think. One of the biggest challenges with solar energy is how it interacts with the grid. Solar panels only produce energy during the day. If you're generating more energy than you can use, what happens to it? In most cases, it goes back into the grid. However, that isn't always as smooth as it sounds. In some regions, the grid is outdated and unable to handle the influx of solar energy. This can lead to grid instability, with electricity surges that could cause power outages or equipment damage. Additionally, energy companies might charge you for grid access or standby fees, even though you're generating your own energy. On top of that, the storage of excess solar energy, while it's getting better, still isn't ideal for all situations. If you're relying on solar panels and a battery, you're left with the challenge of not having enough power when you need it most. Sometimes, you might have to pay for backup energy from the grid, which defeats the purpose of going solar. Chapter 6: The Future of Solar. Innovations you need to know about. The future of solar energy isn't just about improving solar panels, it's also about creating entirely new ways to harness the sun. One of the most exciting developments is solar windows. These are windows that can capture sunlight and convert it into energy. Imagine turning your entire building into a solar collector without needing bulky panels on the roof. Another innovative idea is solar paint, which can be applied like regular paint but with the ability to convert sunlight into energy. While still in its early stages, the technology promises to revolutionize how we use solar energy in the future. Researchers are also working on space-based solar power. This concept involves capturing solar energy in space, where sunlight is always abundant, and then transmitting it back to Earth. It's an exciting possibility, though it's still a long way off. And, of course, the evolution of solar batteries is ongoing. Companies are working on creating more efficient, longer-lasting batteries with smaller environmental footprints. These breakthroughs could make solar energy more practical and sustainable for everyone in the future. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell so you never miss the latest updates on solar energy and sustainable living.